Every so often, there comes along a film every year that truly surprises me and shakes me to my core. It doesn't happen often enough, which might seem discouraging, but when it happens, it's an important and effective reminder of why the cinematic art form matters. This is particularly true in the animation medium, in which countless animated films are released every year, only to follow the generic structure and plot beats of older films. Most properties within the medium feel stale and stagnant, lacking any of the creative flair or importance to truly stand apart against the other animated offerings released each year. But every so often, one film truly rises above the rest to contend not with just the best in the history of the medium, but the best of film in general. This is the case with Dreamworks' newest animated film, The Wild Robot, written and directed by Chris Sanders, which not only stands apart from the other animated movies released this year, but stands apart in general from the entirety of film released this year. This is, without a doubt, the best film I've seen so far in 2024, and not just one of the best animated films I've ever seen, but also one of the best films I've ever seen, period. The Wild Robot is based off of a children's novel of the same name by Peter Brown, and follows a robot named Rosm7134, or Roz for short, who finds herself in an entirely strange and new world when a transporter wrecks during a typhoon and leaves her stranded on an island with a vast wilderness landscape. Alone and without any guidance to lead her towards her purpose she was created to do, she starts to befriend the animals of the island and learns more about not just the world around her, but herself as well. She begins to care for and attend to some of the animals who need her help the most. Just as Dreamworks did a few years prior with the excellent Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, they are consistently pushing the boundary of 3D animation here with a vast and breathtaking urgency on display. The visuals are truly staggering to watch on screen. The hyper-realized color correction and grounded textures lead to a stylistic look in which it feels and moves like a watercolor painting come to life. The 3D characters stand apart on the 2D background, and the fluid movements combined with the stylized blend of 2D and 3D animation flourishes leads to a truly different look and feel towards the visual tone of this film, which helps it stand apart in this regard. Another area the film stands apart in is its emotional truth and core. The character development of Roz within the runtime of the film is important and grounded, as she raises a young runt gosling named Brightbill, who needs to leave the island by fall to survive, but struggles to achieve his goals in this regard. We slowly see the softening of this hard metallic exterior of Roz, which showcases a true nuance behind her character, which is helped all the more by Lupita Nyong'o's great vocal performance as the character. The supporting cast of characters are all so memorable as well. Pedro Pascal's the sarcastic and charming Fox Fink is a true delight who doesn't just serve a singular purpose as comedic relief, but also has a real dramatic depth to his character, which allows audiences to empathize with and feel for him as well. Catherine O'Hara as Pinktail, a mother opossum who allows Roz to learn more about the stakes of parenthood in general, has a kind yet stern approach to the character, which feels commanding when it needs to be, but also gentle and sympathetic when the film calls for it. Kit Connor shines as the young gosling Brightbill, carrying a real emotional weight to his character that you don't really expect going into his vocal performance. The relationship between Roz and Brightbill in particular feels so layered and grounded, leading to emotional moments that truly affect the audience in ways that they might not see going in. At its core, The Wild Robot is a film about many different aspects within the context of our own lives. It's about choosing your own path in life and not conforming to the rules which society has placed on you, which allows you to grow and mature into your own unique person. As the film starts and Roz finds herself stranded in such a strange place all alone, she instantly tries to follow what her programming says, which causes more harm and distrust among the animals of the island and her than it does good. As the film progresses and she finds herself breaking out of that confine in which she follows what she was programmed to do, she feels more alive and free, and also nuanced and complex. It's also a film about the struggles of parenthood and the sacrifices that parental figures make for their own children. As the film progresses and we see Roz struggle to teach Brightbill the skills of life, we see the toll this has taken on her from a physical and emotional standpoint. She continues to try to help him, however, because of the love she feels for the small child figure in her life, which is such a powerful and poignant reminder of the importance of sacrifice within the context of those we love in our own lives. On a similar note, it's also a film about the power of love to transcend all physical and emotional boundaries, as Roz begins to empathize with and love the strange environment around her, shedding her past self and igniting a new passion she hadn't found before, and the animals around her reciprocate the same feeling. With eye-popping, stylized animation that leaps off the screen, a beautiful Thomas Newman-inspired Chris Bowers musical score, and a consistently engaging and effective emotional story that sticks with you long after the credits roll, The Wild Robot manages to be one of those rare films that feels like it will stand the test of time itself. Just as we look back so fondly at so many of those classic animated films that we love from our childhood, so too will we look back on The Wild Robot at some point in the future, and I suspect there will be a strong awards consideration for this film come next year. The strongest support I can give this film is this: Go see this masterpiece this weekend. Don't just take my word for it, experience it yourself. Grab a ticket to the nearest theater for the closest showtime, grab your friends and family, and prepare to experience a film that will not only entertain you on a cinematic level and impress you on a visual level, but also allow you to feel and love along with the characters, which is a rare thing to find in most films nowadays. That's why I'm giving The Wild Robot a 5 out of 5 stars. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this review on my channel. If you're new around here and you like the content you see, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below, like the video, and turn on push notifications. Also, leave comment suggestions down below for future video, essay, and review topics. With that being said, until next time, this is Mitchell signing off. Peace out.